Hey collectors, welcome to Star Wars Collected. I'm Jonathan. Today we're going to show you the items that we're going to be adding to the wall of helmets behind me. Before we dive into the helmets, I actually want to start this video with a huge thank you to all of my subscribers and followers on both YouTube and Instagram. This channel just turned about a month old and it's grown so much quicker than I ever would have suspected it would. And it just means the world to me that you guys are out there connecting with me, sharing your collection with me, just as I'm sharing my collection with you guys. So thank you so much. The first helmet we're going to start with today is a Rebel Trooper helmet that we saw in Rogue One. You'll notice this helmet is from the Battle of Scarif. It has quite a few different parts to it. If you've been watching for a while, you may remember me unboxing an M1 helmet, which is actual military helmet. That's what's used as the base for this. So there's actual metal inside of here. And then this whole thing was a kit, including the sewn pieces. Very cool. There aren't that many Rebel helmets when you think about it in general. There's a lot of Empire helmets, Stormtroopers, things like that. So anytime I can add a Rebel Trooper helmet of some sort to my collection, I'm very happy to. Lots of really cool details. They included these little things here. I love the Vietnam feel of this piece. You know, these to me kind of look like cigarettes. This reminds me actually of a pack of cigarettes. There's like a little flashlight thing on here, and the fact that it's actually based off of an M1 helmet, which I believe is from the Vietnam era, at least started in that era, is very cool. It uses all the normal straps that came with it, but it adds a couple greeblies here and there. And it's just a nice addition to my collection. Again, you don't get that many opportunities to add a Rebel Trooper helmet. So this kit is available on Etsy, and I will link to that down below. All right, next up is the Transport Trooper. This showed up in The Mandalorian Season 2. This is based off the same mold that the Tank Trooper helmet is. I had a Tank Trooper helmet already in my collection, but as soon as I saw that they had repainted it, of course I needed to add a repainted version of it to my collection. Now I will say that this has got to be one of the most fun I've ever had weathering a helmet. A lot of times I'm trying to go for something that, you know, kind of either has a shiny gloss appearance as if it's brand new, or some more typical weathering, silvers and blacks and battle damage type things that maybe look like scorch marks that came off of a blaster. But this helmet has such a unique paint treatment, and watching people online try to figure out, you know, was it green, was it olive, was it gray, was it brown, and all the different versions. People were sourcing images or sourcing actual people that made the helmet or are involved with production to try to get a better idea for it. But this was really fun to add lots of browns and coppers, and right in here there's actually a lot of teal. So it kind of reminds me of sort of like a rusty penny. So this was a really fun one to work on, and right now I have it displayed next to my Mandalorian helmet and Grogu statue from Sideshow, and it makes a really cool pop of color next to those two things. Next up, we have this Phase 2 Clone Trooper helmet. This is 3D printed, but finished pretty darn well, I will say. The paint on it is sort of more of a matte color. I have a question actually, for you guys that do helmets all the time, like myself. Are Clone Trooper helmets glossy? Are they shiny? Or are they matte? I feel like in the films they look a little more glossy. I feel like in animation they look more matte or satin. Some part of me is that part of the animation process? Is that easier to render? You know, I would almost think that they are sort of more of a matte color, but they even call new recruits shinies. So if they're matte or satin, I'm not really sure, you know, if that would apply then. So let me know down in the comments below, are Clone Troopers glossy or are they matte? I think they're kind of glossy. We'll see. This one is interesting. It has sort of a little expansion here on the back. So there's some elastic on the inside to actually make this wearable if you want to. And just some light weathering here and there. Nothing real crazy. I already have a Phase 2 Clone Trooper helmet, but the sculpt around the eyes has always bothered me on it. So when I saw this one come up for sale at a very reasonable price, I decided it'd be easier for me to just go ahead and hop on this one. This one's already finished, and it would be for me to go through and do it all myself. So this one needs a visor, and some of the other ones I'm going to show you here need a visor, but otherwise we're going to basically consider this one done. Okay, staying in the realm of done but needs a visor is this Imperial Guard here. This guy and I go way back. This was actually almost finished a couple years ago. It was just down to the final clear coat, and it got a run in it. And I went to sand it back, and then it fell off the stand, and it broke, and it destroyed the paint on it. So we didn't talk for a little while, a couple years. But I would come back to it every once in a while here and there. And you know, this year we decided to get it done. So I love how glossy it turned out, lots of clear coat, but it's such a cool piece in my collection. I actually have another one as well, so I don't know whether I should keep both of them. One as a life-size statue and one as you know, something that goes near the other helmets. That will have to be determined, but very happy to finally have this piece done. And what a beautiful color, a nice pop of color in the collection, and such an iconic sculpt and design. You might start to be sensing a theme here. This, of course, is very, very similar to the one you just saw, obviously a very different color, but this is the Senate Guard. So this is from the prequel era, opposed to the original trilogy. This is also a piece that's taken me a while to finish. I think it actually came from a comic book shop. When I got it originally, none of this was drilled out. It had just been painted black to kind of look like it needs a visor. Obviously, I still need to add a visor here, but it also did not come with the crest on the back here, which is a very crucial part. Luckily, I was able to find another builder who would sell me just that piece, and after some sanding and sculpting and plenty of Bondo, got the two to match up. So I love this piece, always such a cool collection. I would love to see a version of this with the feathers on top. I don't know if I'm so bold right now, but very happy to have this done, and this blue is gonna look amazing on my wall. We're gonna do both of these at once here. These are both kind of mostly done. This one needs some greeblies put on the front. You've already seen this if you've watched my solo collection video. So I need to add those greeblies. I need to weather it up quite a bit too. This is actually the first 3D printed helmet that I've ever made that I you know, did it in pieces and then assembled it back together. It was such a, I don't want to say negative, but not great experience that actually inspired me to get a Ender 5 Plus, which I can put them all in one piece now. So this is always going to have sort of an interesting place in my collection. And then this, of course, is the Biker Scout helmet. This was always one of my favorite helmets growing up. This kit, though, has not been fun. It's just not well made. It does not fit well together. So while it is done, I am far from happy with it. Things just don't quite fit and line up. There was no cutouts here, and in hindsight, I definitely should have cut those out. So someday, maybe Black Series will release a Scout Trooper helmet. I know we all want that. And then maybe I'll purchase that, and either maybe I'll sell this, or maybe repaint this one as an Ezra you know, Scout Trooper helmet, because that's always kind of a cool, fun paint job, and maybe all the color and design on that would kind of hide the fact that it's far from perfect. But these are kind of two work in progress. Still need to do some things on them, but they are mostly done at this point. Collectors, before I leave you, I thought I'd give you a little sneak peek of what's going on in my workshop at this point. I have about 5 of these that have all been taped up. I'm ready to start sanding on these and get them into a flat white, and then determine from there which X-Wing pilot helmets I'm going to make. I have decals for I think 3 or 4 of them right now, which means I have at least one extra one. Kim's Convenience just came back on, and I'm kind of feeling Carson Tevet at the moment. So let me know what X-Wing pilots you would like to see me do. Let's shift over here. This is actually just a white, you know, Phase 2 Clone Trooper helmet. It's not perfect. It's okay though. You know, maybe a little battle damage here and there. So take a look at my current Clone Trooper collection, this wall of helmets here. Let me know what I'm missing. I'm thinking maybe a member of the Wolf Pack might be a good idea. But what is a trooper that isn't an ARC trooper that I could just use this same mold that I have already completed? What is a trooper that I should be doing and adding to my collection? Let me know down in the comments below. And very last, just mentioned my new Ender 5 Plus. This is the first helmet to come off of that, fresh off the bed. This is a record helmet. I actually saw the support structures on here. So I will be finishing him along with, hopefully, all the Bad Batch here over the next few weeks, few months, who knows. So I got this file from Galactic Armory as well as a bunch of others. Really solid contributor to the community. Go check out his channel. He'll give you lots of great ideas on how to finish a 3D print and save yourself a lot of time and end up with a great product. And then he's constantly making new files for new helmets and figures and ships and all of those things at a very reasonable price. So check him out. Collectors, that concludes my video today. Let me know what you thought of my new additions. Looking at my wall of helmets, what are some glaring omissions that I have? I have a folder of maybe a dozen, maybe 20 or so 3D helmet print files that I am interested in printing, but what do I need to add to my collection? Let me know. And I know I'll probably get this question down below. If you're a helmet collector, you already know this trick, but in case you're new to this, these are paper towel holders. You can get these for $5 or $6, maybe up to 10, depending on where you buy it from, often from TJ Maxx, Marshall, something like that, but they are available on Amazon as well. And these make fantastic helmet holders. These are just a brushed aluminum or a stainless steel or something like that, but they are a great way to display a helmet. So if you like videos like this, be sure to leave me a like and subscribe, and we'll be back with more content before you know it. Thanks, guys.